option for every customer out there on the market. So whether that be, you know, a lightweight option for a customer that may be older or have a very, very small yard or just very lightweight trimming that they need to get done, all the way up to the one that we are most excited to introduce to you guys today, getting into that prosumer and our commercial grade units. So we're more focused towards true gas replacements. And then also with all of these noise ordinances that are going to be coming out, as well as the gas ordinances starting in California, and we'll, you know, be ripping through the remainder of the country, getting into those types of replacements at the end of the day. So as we kind of step up through our lineup, we have our 18-volt lineup for all of our customers that are in our 18-volt platform. Like I said, lightweight option. As you step up in price point, you're getting bigger battery capacities. You're getting more features. And then we actually do have 3 additional string trimmers that are part of our 18-volt lineup. 2 that are actually bump feed heads. And we have an 18-volt whisper string trimmer that we're coming out with this year that we don't have today. I wish I would have brought it. But you're looking around 58 dBs, which is very quiet for a string trimmer especially. So not having to deal with that gas engine anymore in your ear. So then moving into our 40-volt lineup, this is going to be your true absolute gas replacements. So our brushed 40-volt X, we did launch a few years back, so that's been out for a while. But it has that expanded attachment capable system where you're going to see some of the attachments that did fall over on me, but that are over here that you're able to purchase. So we have 10 expanded attachments in this lineup, so even more so than what you're actually seeing over here to my left. Then stepping up again in features and performance. So brushless motors is what we're introducing with carbon fiber shafts, making it lighter weight, more durable, and then having the bump feed heads. Once you get into our brushless platform, we actually, and a lot of people are not familiar with these, but you actually can replace this head with this guy. So it's a 2-in-1, either bladed head or fixed pivoting. So you can put the fixed line in there, or you can use the blades when you're coming across thicker brush and different types of applications that you use. So like I said, we are focused, and you're going to hear this a lot throughout all the rotations through the day. As you guys know, a lot of noise ordinances are coming through. So we are most focused on our whisper category right now. So making these things quiet at the end of the day. So this string trimmer is actually coming in at 64.5 dB, and this is our most powerful string trimmer yet. So this is going to have a massive 17-inch cut swath. So you're not really seeing that yet in the battery-powered platform. And then it's going to have 0.105 line. So massive line diameter also to get through those aggressive cuts. And like I said, at the end of the day, it's going to be way quieter than what you're going to see, especially out of these previous units that we had. So it's not even necessarily about dBs when you're thinking about noise levels. It's more about how the customer perceives it, right? Perception is a big thing. So when you hear these units that I'm going to run in a minute, notice just that pitch difference, right? But these ones, you're going to kind of see a whining noise that's going to make it sound a little bit louder than what you're actually seeing over here. So I don't know if you can tell that whining noise. Yeah. It's just a massive pitch difference. So when we were developing the string trimmer, we were finding when we were running all of the sound and trying to figure out how are we going to cut the noise and cancel that noise pollution. So we were finding that a lot of what was coming from the sound was actually the head of the unit. So some different things that we did on this string trimmer, you're gonna see this guard. So this is, you probably have not seen a guard with holes in it, and a lot of people think, wow, why would you put holes in a string trimmer guard? Isn't that gonna kick up all the debris and things like that? Well, we're finding that it actually doesn't. So once you guys get your hands on it, feel free to try that out and check it out. We also have a direct drive motor, so bringing that motor down low and allowing a lot of that noise to cancel out when you're having to run the motor being at the top as it is in these guys. And then also we were looking at a lot of different line diameters and shapes and different things like that, also canceling out some of that noise. So this one is also going to have our carbon fiber shaft that we did have previously on the unit that we launched last year. And then bump feed head. One thing that we did not want to sacrifice on this unit was runtime. So most of our string trimmers have about a 4 amp hour battery on it. With this one, again, we didn't want to sacrifice that runtime, giving this power and this performance. So we did amp this up to a 6 amp hour battery. But even with a 6 amp hour battery, 17-inch cut swath and 105 line, you are still coming in at 12.95 pounds, which is lighter than a lot of the gas units that you do see out on the market today. And as Aaron showed you earlier, with the backpack battery, once you go ahead and you can put that on, you can take all of the weight of this 6 amp hour battery off of the actual tool and then onto your back, and it's also allowing for longer run times. Okay?
Since this is the direct, this is just a string trimmer.
This is just a dedicated string trimmer, correct? Yeah. So this one is not attachment capable.
How does it break down? Does it break down in the middle?
Yeah. So you would just unscrew all the screws, and then it will fold and bend in half.
How do you feed the string? Maybe I missed it.
How do you feed the string?
Is it an auto feed or is it?
So this one's a bump feed. So all of our 40 volts that I've got here today, they're all bump feed heads, and then all of these are auto feed.
I'm sorry, I meant restring, not restring. When the string runs out?
Yep.
So I have to take it apart. Okay. So
yep.
no
So I've got a head right here just to make it a little easier to show. So you can see the arrows right there. You just go through and unlock it. You'll pull this out, which you wouldn't need to if it was already all off of there. So this piece just kind of pops right back into place for you. You put the head back together.
You don't need to do this part because obviously that's going to be
correct.
Right.
Correct.
Right. Yep.
So then it has arrows on the actual head itself, and there's arrows that are right here. I don't know if everybody can see that.
Can I film this?
Yeah, go ahead.
Oh, you're good. Okay, go ahead.
Yep, so there's arrows, and there's arrows on the actual head. So you would just line all of those arrows up, and then you're gonna see that there's a hole, and it's gonna run just straight through there.
Are you nervous? Make you nervous?
No. So then you would just go ahead and feed that through. Line it up on both sides. And then you can either use your hand and you can just wind it up that way, or we actually do include a crank so that if you want to, you can just crank it up this way.
That's yeah.
Yep. So pretty easy.
That hurts my delicate hand.
Pretty easy.
Fragile bone.
Pretty easy process and very quick and fast to go through and unload that and load it back up. And then like I said, so you would take this off, and then if you wanted to put this guy on there, you just do the same thing. Yep. And then you can do that, the same thing. You just pop these blades off when you take it off. Just pop them right off, and then you can put that fixed pivoting line in the holes that we have. Yep. Any other questions? Okay, guys, we want you to get hands-on with everything, so feel free to use whatever you want. If you've got any questions while you're using it, let me know. Yes, yep, you can cut boxes. We do have some weed brush that's up against the fence line, so feel free to take them out against the fence line and do some cutting. Use it in a real-life application.